Recording.
Hi you guys, I'm finally getting together this weaving project that I put off for way too long a time. And I think it's kind of cool, but I've learned a few things to advise you on since I gave this a try. Okay, to do this you're going to need a piece of cardboard. I just took this from an old box that I had. You're going to need some plastic bags that I just cut into strips like this with my scissors. You're going to need a scissors to cut them up with, and you're going to need some tape to secure your plastic strips when you put them on your board. So what I'm looking for is something like this, and as I show you how to start a new one. I think I'm going to change the color of my strips just because I'm sorry I have white on white. But anyway, so here's this first cut. I'm going to try to make them about the same. So here's the middle. Here's the middle of this one. Here's the middle of this one. Then here's one kind of down closer to the end. And here's this one closer to the end. And I guess you can add more if you want, just because there's no set amount. And it doesn't matter if the space between them is exactly right or not. I mean, we don't really care. Then at this point, now that you have a bunch of slits cut across the top here, you're going to need to put some strips through. So you can see on this one, I use red ones here. So I'm going to use red ones again because those are the ones I have cut. And I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to put it through here like this, through the slit here, and I'm going to tape it on the back with a little bit of this tape. I'm using this kind of tape because it's what I have. It's, well, number one, it's really super sticky, and number two, it's the kind I have in my house. But you could use this kind if you wanted. You could use this if you have this. It doesn't matter. Also, this rips really easily with my fingers. I'm just going to tape one end of it through here. And then I'm going to pull this down fairly straight and tape it again in the back. It doesn't have to be super tight because we're going to want to lift it and move it a little bit. But it should be pretty tight. It shouldn't be looping off the end or anything like that. Okay, so you can see on the back of this one that I did already, it's kind of a mess back here. But you can see where I taped them all down, and then I taped the beginning one to go back and forth. Okay, so you're going to do that a whole bunch of times. You're going to put one here. Oops. And tape it down. This would be a whole lot easier to do if we had yarn or string of some kind, but I don't have either of those, so I used what I had, and what I have is colored plastic. If you know where we can get some yarn or some colored string, much, much easier. So, okay, so I'm going to continue that all the way across my board. And then when I'm finished with that, I'm going to have something that looks kind of like this. Okay, and then you can see where I taped my first piece of white plastic here on the back, just to secure it here.
Don't go so fast. Show
And
it a little
I'm,
slower.
okay, here is the piece I have, white piece I taped on the back. And here is the weaving I've begun. And I'm using a simple over, under, over, under. The thing I wish I had done and I didn't do was push to put one all the way across the top under all of them and push it way up and then start my over and under, just because I think it would have made it easier to make a tighter weave. Doesn't really matter. But sooner or later I'm going to run out of tape, right? Or out of white plastic strips here. So I'm going to take the tape off of this piece of cardboard. I'm kind of using like a needle a little bit. And I'm using double stick tape here. It's kind of odd, but you can use any kind you want. And I'm going to connect my next strip. And you could tape it, you could tie it if you wanted to, you can do anything you want. And I kind of, after the fact, decided I like it if my strips are more twisted, rather than trying to keep them, lay them flat. And I think doing it again with my new board, I'm going to twist all of those as well. And then I'm going to tape it on my piece of cardboard here. It really makes it a lot easier to do the over and under and over and under part of this. And you can see here where I just taped it like that. So that as I continue, here you can see I went over the red one. Here I went under the red one. Here's over. This one is going to go under this one and over the last one. And I'm just going to gently pull it through. I twist it a little bit. I'm going to put my finger here on this last red one, and then this finger here as I start going back the other way, because I want this to go over, and then I'm going to put it underneath here to make a loop, and then over, under this one, over this one, under this one, over this one, under this one. And again, I'm going to put my finger on the red part, and I want this to be kind of tight, and I want them to be kind of close together, so that you see the red, white, red pattern. As I said, when I do my next one, I'm going to do it with different colors, not white, and I think the pattern will be a little bit more clear. And then, so one more time. And then I'm going to give this a rest for now. One of the nice things about this project is you can, once you have it set up, you can just kind of let it go and then come back to it and let it go. And I don't have colored paper at my house. I know some of you guys do. So I wanted to use what I had, and I had cardboard and I had colored plastic strips. You can totally do this with paper. I've seen Michelle, I saw you do this once with paper and some other things. And you want to keep it kind of close together. And so eventually you're going to have a weaving here. And so I'm going to stop here for right now. But I wanted to show you how you can do this. And once you get it set up, it's pretty easy to do. But let me know if you give it a try. Let me know if you have any questions about this. Let me know if you have a better idea. I think that if you have older siblings, or your mom has a little extra time to help you get this set up, it would be kind of fun to do. And so yeah, so have a go, and I will catch you later.